As RVers, there's so many things that we enjoy about this lifestyle, whether it's just visiting family, spending time with friends, seeing some of the incredible places that there are throughout our country and our world, and creating just excellent memories. However, there's one memory that we don't enjoy creating, and that's dealing with our waste tanks. So today, I want to share with you the latest in inventions, innovations, and solutions that will almost guarantee eliminating all the headaches that you have dealing with waste tanks. Hey everybody, welcome back, and I'm excited to share something that I think is really cool, some new innovation. You know, and it's really rare in our industry that we see something that's really innovative, something that's really new and can make a major difference to our experiences as RVers. So, you know, even in this particular coach, I upgraded to the King Air recently. You know, when it came to my tanks and managing my tanks, I actually spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this King Air, adding switches inside, dual switches outside, you know, different sensors and monitors and things. But the reality is I still have to deal with it. I still have to remember when my tanks are going to be full. I still have to remember that I got to have enough gray water in my tank so I can rinse out my black tank. You know, there's just so many things that even though I wasted thousands of dollars on all this extra stuff, I still have to deal with it. Well, today I'm excited to share with you something that I think is really innovative in this industry. And it's a fully automated system that basically will eliminate all the headaches that you would have when it comes to managing our tanks and systems. So today I want to introduce you to Matt Hooper, who is the founder, innovator, and engineer for PPO Innovations. And when I saw this system, that pretty much, I mean, hands off. I don't have to worry about anything when it comes to dealing with our tanks and stuff. When I saw the system, I said, we definitely have to share it with all of our members out there. So Matt, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
And I want to start first, and I know we got a lot to talk about, and we're going to go over, we're actually going to see the system work and how it's all integrated with the coach and stuff. But absolutely. Can you tell me first, like, how did this even come about? Why did you even think of doing this?
Yeah, so as an engineer, I think about these things a lot, and I've worked on yachts where actually we have a lot of tank management systems. And so when I came to the coach and started sort of living in my coach, I realized that actually there is a lot that can be improved on in this world. Yeah. So this system, it is a fully automated system, and it takes away all the guesswork and also takes away any worries about there being any issues with overflowing the tanks or when to drain the tanks. This does it fully automatically.
That's cool. Now, when we're saying totally automated, like, I don't have to go outside. I don't have to pull valves. Even in my coach, I don't have to flip switches or anything. It's totally digitally computerized, automated.
Absolutely. So my system at the moment, I'm actually plugged into a sewer system here, and actually I've been now plugged in for a couple of months. And so because of that, I haven't had to be out in my wet bay whatsoever. I arrived here, I plugged in my water, I connected my sewer hose, and then I was able to then just leave the system in a full automatic mode. And every time that the black water tank fills, it will automatically empty it. Every time the gray water tank fills, it will empty it, and it will flush them afterwards as well. It will keep those tanks fully clean and empty whenever they get to a reasonable level.
Okay. And there's a lot of fail-safes and stuff, right? I mean, what if I forget to put my sewer hose on?
Absolutely. The sewer hose actually has a sensor on it which actually prevents the valves from opening. If the sewer hose is not connected to the coach, it will not allow you to open the valves. In fact, actually, you cannot even get to control the valves at that point because it prevents you from having any spillages. We also have high-level sensors in the tanks as well, which prevent you from overfilling the tanks. So if the tank gets to 100% full, it actually shuts off the water to the coach completely, and you cannot put any more water into those tanks. There's no more spills, no more flowing over the top of the toilet, no more filling up the shower.
Awesome, and that's like the peace of mind that I wish I always had in an RV. That's like the one thing that I don't have to deal with, because those are the headaches that, you know, hinder some of our memories and stuff. But we're so I guess the best thing is let's actually go see it in action, and perfect. Let's go. Now before we do that though,
yeah,
because we're going to be in the wet bay and stuff,
yeah,
what we didn't talk about is the fact that it's not just computerized and automated stuff, but it also ties in the stuff like Alexa and other things in the coach, right?
Absolutely. I'm massively into the smart home world, and I love everything about it. But also my system can be connected to Alexa, so that actually every time the valve opens, it will actually alert you and tell you inside the coach to say black water open, grey water valve open. And also you can actually activate a flush cycle from inside the coach just by saying Alexa, dump and flush. And then that way, if you're leaving a campsite, you can actually give yourselves that 30 minutes of where actually that goes through the clearing cycle of emptying the tank out and then flushing it. That can all happen from inside just by saying Alexa, dump and flush. And then all you need to do is go out, pack your hoses away, and you're done. You're ready to go.
Awesome. Well, let's go see how this thing works.
Perfect.
Let's go.
So, welcome to the PPO Innovations Wet Bay. So in here, you'll see this is our central touchscreen computer control system for this. Touch the screen to wake it up, and you can see your tank levels, and you can see the status of where the gate valves are, the grey water and the black water valves, and also controls for the rinse water, for the water supply, water pump, and also for our automated systems as well. These sensors, which actually show the tank levels, are actually just designed for our system. They don't interact with any of the existing coach systems, and we don't also interrupt any of the existing coach systems. So if you have a Silverleaf system or a Spider system, your tank sensors will still work exactly the same way as they always have done. These are just separate and extra and give you a second backup, but it means that actually if there is any issues, then it's easy for us to troubleshoot this system. So once you see the screen here, then you'll see that I can open and close the valves just at a touch of a button, just on the screen there. That's in a manual mode. At this point here, I can actually also close the water supply system and shut down all the water to the coach. And also here, I can turn on the water pump and control my water pump from here. All of this means that actually that inside of this computer, that actually if there is any issues such as a high level tank, or if there is a problem that it detects, it will automatically shut down the water supply to the coach and have full control over it. This is the auto dump feature. By tapping this button, it takes away all of the manual control for operating the gate valves on the coach. At this point, you can walk away and you know that actually that every time that this tank reaches its 3/4 full, it will automatically empty the tank, and it will then close the tank. It will then refill the tank back up again, and then it will empty it and drain it. Once it's drained, it will actually use the grey water afterwards to automatically flush through the hose afterwards, leaving both tanks completely empty, ready for the next cycle, when it's going to then, when it reaches that 3/4 full, activate again. If the grey water reaches 85% or 3/4 full during any normal cycle, then actually it will automatically empty as well. If all else fails, you can hit the emergency stop button. That actually shuts all the valves, shuts all the water off to the coach, shuts the water pump off, and prevents any spillages and any accidents from happening. To reset it, you literally just turn the button, and that'll clear any issues whatsoever. So the components of this system are, the majority part of them, industrial components. This is an industrial computer that actually runs systems in factories all the time. The tank level sensors I have, they are industrial sensors as well. They are designed to be used over and over and over again and never clog. These actually sit outside of the tank. They don't actually ever touch water whatsoever. It's a very smart system we have going on there. All of the high level sensors, they are just nice, simple, active sensors that are inserted into the top of the tank, and they are continuously monitored by the system. Things like the sewer hose connector. So if I was to disconnect the sewer hose at this point, on the screen now it shows sewer hose not connected. From here on, I cannot do anything more until I actually plug this hose back into position, and now it recognizes the sewer hose is there. I can now have access to get to all of the controls for this system. So this system is a highly intelligent system that really takes away any of the guesswork about actually when to open these valves, when to close them. It may look like just a touchscreen where you can actually control everything from, but this does so much more. Every time that the tank reaches a certain set point, it will automatically empty it. That means you never have to worry about it. You never have to be in the shower when the grey water tank gets to full and you're standing there in a big puddle of water. This will automatically empty that. There's no worries about it. In fact, you could actually leave a family member who has no idea how to actually operate your coach, and you would not have to worry about it. You wouldn't even know to show them how to operate emptying the tanks. This thing does it all automatically for you. And it tells you about it as well. So if I was to now open the grey water tank now, it'll pop on my phone and give me an alarm to say that actually that the grey water valve has opened. That's actually tied into Alexa, which actually means that inside of my coach, Alexa has actually just said grey valve opened, and there it is, grey valve closed. Those alerts can be sent to your phone, they can be read out as a message, or they can actually trigger other functions as well, depending on how your smart home system is actually connected, if you use that. But even just as a simple alert to let you know that the tank is opened, gives you peace of mind. The auto system on this is so smart that you can literally just tap that button, you can close this door, and you can walk away without any worries whatsoever. So think about this. This is a fully smart wastewater management system. You never have to come out here to do this ever again. You never have to come out here and pull those manual valves. This takes care of it for you. In the middle of the night, when you go and flush the toilet and you suddenly realize that your tanks are full and it's not going down, this takes care of that for you automatically. You don't have to do anything for it. And one of the key things about this system is that it takes care of things before you even think about it. You don't need to check your levels. In fact, actually, this screen is the only one needed. I don't have a screen inside because I don't need to know what my tank levels are because the system takes care of it for me. In fact, at the moment, the tanks are at 70% here and 40% here. I didn't even know that until I came out and had a look at this, because actually last night it did a dump and flush automatically without me needing to worry about it. I don't need to pay attention to it. So one of the other smart home features about this is that actually, as I said to Brian earlier on, if you're at a park and you're ready to leave in the morning and you're just closing up inside, you want to do an automatic empty of these tanks, you can actually do it from inside just by saying, Alexa, dump and flush. And then automatically, it'll start going through a cycle just like this. You don't have to be out here for this. You can be inside, you can be packing away, and you know that in 20 minutes or so, when you come out, both tanks will be fully empty, and then all you need to do is just disconnect the sewer hose and the water hose, and you are ready to go. So Alexa has been emptying my tanks for me, and I've come out here, and it's still actually just finishing off, but I haven't noticed that. So I've just come and undone the sewer hose, accidentally, and suddenly realized actually that it was still emptying. But it doesn't matter, because actually the valve closed automatically. As soon as that sewer hose is disconnected, it shuts the valves and stops any leaks whatsoever. So installing a PPO Innovations system, it actually requires someone to actually come and do this at your coach. It basically just prevents any issues from happening and also makes sure that this is installed properly. The touchscreen, the valve actuators, the solenoids, the water control system, that all is all fully included in this system. It's not a DIY project unless you are really handy. But at the moment, this is going to be installed by an installer at your coach. The install on this system takes about 2 days. And that is pulling out all of the existing wet bay frontage, and that is then getting access to the tanks, inserting the sensors into there. That also includes replumbing the wet bay system to make sure that all of the check valves that prevent any backflow, that any safety control systems are all installed correctly. And that's it. Set it and forget it. E3 members, if you have any questions, please go to the website ppoinnovations.co.uk.
Great, I hope you learned something new about some latest innovations in managing our tank system. Now I will say that as an E3 member, you get to go to the front of the line, because here's the reality. So many people want this system. There's a huge backlog. You just got to get on the wait list. But here's the great thing. We've been able to work with PPO Innovations for all E3 members to get to the front of the line. So especially if you're going to be in the Southeast soon, or you're coming through here, get scheduled. Get on that list now, because it will take a while for you to get on the list and get that system installed. So go to ppoinnovations.co.uk. Again, it's ppoinnovations.co.uk. We'll put that link right down here below. Contact Matt and get on that wait list so you can get your system. Hopefully it's after I get mine though. See you next time.